Due to sensitivity surrounding current events and some violent content, viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, it's 1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. And today I am bringing you a video that literally happened last night. Normally there's a bit of a delay in my videos just because of the way I make them, but today I'm making an exception because this video really has to come out while the news is fresh. I spent the day before yesterday and the day before that in negotiations with a member of BREP, which is Brazilian Empire pilots, who are a group with PPI attacking. We're trying to extort money out of them. Now, we originally asked for 400 million or 300 million if they use the discount code ORC is a snake for 25% off, and I was at some point going to offer them the other discount code which ORC gives people, which is oddball is toxic, which gets you a further 25% off, so it would have been 200 million. Now, after IED and COPS, the two of the lawful factions had interjected and got themselves involved, ORC changed the price to 25 million, just a measly 25 million to be rid of us, which I thought was an incredible offer. But Bodefly really doesn't like ORC and refused that offer completely. Now, I'd been in negotiations with Bodefly since pretty much like day one of this campaign of PPI. We've been squeezing their BGS, we've had some success, but you know, BGS is BGS and that's going to be a numbers game. So with IED's involvement, yeah, we've got 41 commanders, they've got 261. BREP have 101 and COPS have 6, so that's 368 commanders versus 41. And that's like, yeah, I wonder who's going to win the numbers game. So anyway, I hit upon the idea of offering Bodefly a 1v1 with ORC for all the marbles, i.e. ORC wins, we win, you pay 25 million, we bog off, or you win and we bog off without the 25 million. I thought it was a really generous offer. A 1v1 for all the marbles. I, further explained it and said, like, after this 1v1 your systems can get back to normal. So I thought he understood, but unfortunately this was lost in translation, or something happened, and Bodefly later said that he, as you can see right at the bottom, after he'd spoken to ORC, he was like, no, I just want a 1v1, not for any stakes. So after the chat in the morning, I left system and went to Cleaners and did loads of truck driving all day, and I messaged the guys in system and said, we've done a deal. They later accused me of lying, and it's like, well, no, I'm sorry, I honestly thought we had a deal. I honestly thought a nice 1v1, ORC versus Bodefly, job done, all over, hardly any carnage. There was very few kills prior to yesterday between Dark Marauders and BREP. The only person on Dark Marauders to die since we started this PPR campaign was me. I died to IED in fighting, and only a few BREP commanders, including this Shieldless Type 9 and that clipper I showed, had died on the BREP side. Very few casualties. However, after Bodefly's withdrawal from the 1v1 with ORC, that definitely changed, and what happened can only be described as a crime. So I am bringing you that crime, time logged, and yeah, enjoy this crime. Now I've got to say, it was my fault. I didn't explain to Bodefly, and maybe, for all the marbles and, once this fight's over, you can go back to normal, was lost in translation. I've got to say, Bodefly's English is amazingly good, way better than my Portuguese, and I apologise for misleading anyone. Wasn't my intention. As you can see from my Discord chats, it wasn't until after he'd had his conversation with ORC at 5 in the afternoon I got told that it was a no and the fight with ORC wasn't going ahead. As you can see from the timestamp at the start of this clip, a little bit after the 1v1 was poo-pooed was when Dark Marauders started appearing in system. And I've got to say, early on, ORC and Polo were actually outnumbered. I have never seen Polo in a Corvette, so I take a lot of clips from Polo's point of view because it's just so amazing to me to see him in a ship that doesn't do piracy in any way, shape or form. Even normally when we're in the middle of a PvP engagement, or we're like helping the feds with a Fed expansion or something like that, or doing a blockade, Polo's in there in like a courier with hatch breakers. So it's very rare to see him in a full-on combat ship, which you know, given it's such a rarity, I do take some of his feed. This is Pirate Orc, doing what Pirate Orc does, which is torpedo somebody, and in torpedoing someone, he actually managed to torpedo off Polo's shields. Polo survived the first engagement, and then, you know, they got more people in. And as you can see from the radar, it wasn't totally one-sided. You know, there were a decent number of BREP commanders around. You know, there was a few with PvP experience, but there was a few where ship builds were definitely exposed. A few people got caught out by the torpedoes, but I will say Orc catches out even experienced commanders with torpedoes. He's just very good at delivering torpedoes for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's like he's got a knack, where a lot of commanders, you know, the torpedoes are, you know, not that effective most of the time, but, you know, some commanders have much more joy in delivering them than others, and Orc is just one of those people gifted with able to deliver them. The number of kills will be listed in the description of this video, because I am not going to count them. There's a lot of clips in this video, there's a lot of explaining to do, so it gets quite carnagey. But as you can see, the kills just start racking up. Orc and Polo start decimating. Nemesis Dragon joins in. There's only one kill that's repeated from different angles, and I'll explain why that was. Why I show a same explosion twice, and I clearly list it being as so. And like I say, all the kills are timestamped, so you can clearly see they're different kills, even though there are a lot of repeat victims. I love that shot of Bodefly's mine chieftain coming over the top of Polo's ship, and then yeah, that's awesome. There was some great action. The fights I got involved in were generally fun. I didn't get I don't think I got any bounties or fines or notoriety, so I probably didn't get credited with a lot of kills, and a lot of my kills were helping someone else finish off people they'd already disabled. So all credit goes to Frodo for 2 of the kills I was involved in, but there was a lot of kills before I even arrived. I believe, am I in Super Cruise now? Yeah, I arrived, then Nemesis Dragon arrives, then Dark Owl arrived, and then Frodo popped down. I'd been sharing wing missions with Frodo and members of the Dark Marauders, because Frodo's been on hiatus from the game for a while, and I was just helping him recoup his funds because he's got a competition coming up. He's going to the Ride the Lightning event with Colt. If you haven't seen that, there's a poster for it in my community feed, and it's well worth looking at. It's a PvP event next weekend, so not this weekend but the weekend after. Definitely worth taking a look if you're into your PvP. I won't be able to make it because I'm working most of that weekend, which is as normal, but you know, it is what it is. But it looks like being a fun event, and Frodo's turning up for that. Him and Rob have got a team, and they're taking it in there. No Dark Marauder team going along, but maybe next time. I don't know. You know, something to think about for the future. This is the kill that gets repeated because Nemesis Dragon is one of our inexperienced guys, and he just cut this clip off before the pop. So I cut to Orc just to show the actual pop. As you can see, Orc's on the other side, and as him and Nemesis are tracking down this poor FDL. Now, yeah, so this is the only ship that features from different angles. All the other kills are actually individual kills. There's no duplication or misrepresentation. They're all time stamped. You can check the clocks in the corner of the screen and realize, you know, they are different kills, even though a lot of people got killed multiple times. They kept going back around. There was a lot of ships that skipped whole day, and you know, maybe IED, because they're helping BREP, will help them with ship builds. You know, I honestly don't know where this PPI campaign is going to go from here, because obviously BGS is a numbers game, and with the numbers now against us rather massively, originally it started out as being 41 versus 101 because BREP are bigger than us, and now it's a ridiculous 368 versus 41. That's, you know, that's just the squadron counts. That's totally meaningless, because it's how many active members have you got, and we don't have that many. Frodo decided to pop down, and Frodo did this real solid. He caught Bodefly out here. I think Bodefly had grabbed the wrong cutter. He meant to grab his torpedo one, and he clearly grabbed something that wasn't engineered, and he got nuked incredibly quickly. He then grabbed his right one, and Frodo ended up having the longest 1v1 with that. And eventually Ice flipped and switched wing, dropping out of this wing and joining the other wing with Frodo, because Frodo had run out of frag ammo twice in his fight against Bodefly's cutter. Bodefly had fired torpedoes at him and everything, and he was struggling. He'd taken his drives out, but he was struggling to finish him off. So at that point, me and the Orc dropped in and just, you know, finished Bodefly off. It's more of a mercy killing at that point, because I think his frameshift drive had gone and his drives were almost taken out. By the time I drop in, I think his drives had gone as well. And oddly, only Orc recorded a bit of that. So I've actually got Orc's view of that execution kill, which is coming up in a second, because it really helped our Corvette not getting torpedoed by Bodefly switching to a torp cutter. It was a really good move by Bodefly, but he got caught out by Frodo and isolated off on his own. And like I say, I switched wing to join up with Frodo just to finish Bodefly off, but that had been a 1v1 that had been going on while the other fighting was going on. So amazing work by Frodo to take out a cutter in a Mamba. And as this video wraps up, you've really got to ask, where were IED, who are supposed to be protecting BREP? They were here getting killed. And two, I really wonder if someone regrets not having that 1v1 or not paying 25 million. I think you'd have saved a lot of rebuys, boys. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching.
Oh yes, you're ready.
Oh yeah, that'll finish him. Yeah, there you go.
Target destroyed.
41 kilometers. Jesus Christ.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.